Welcome back to the Heart Work Podcast. So, for today's episode, I had this one already written down from a long time ago when I first started to think about the podcast that I wanted to talk about or the podcast topics. And this one popped up for me today because yesterday I went to Barnes and Nobles and I was picking up books. I went to the office, I made some calls, and my day went so well, like so swiftly, and like it just felt so good to be in my own energy, to be doing my own thing, picking up books, which is something that I've been into, like staying long in Barnes and Nobles to read everything that I was coming across. And when I got home and I put everything down and I was just like eating and reading and then journaling and meditating, I was like, I love this. I love this part of my life so much. And the tranquility that I feel, it's it's just so beautiful. I felt so like full. And I think that's the beauty of life, that you have your solitude and it feels so like calm, and you feel collected, you feel full, you feel at peace. And so I started to think about the topics and I was like, you know what? This is the one topic that I need to choose for tomorrow. So the topic is called Amor Fati. And I got the topic name from the book Everything is Fucked by Manson. Sorry. Um, Everything is Fucked by Mark Manson. And the whole purpose of what Amor Fati is and where it came from, I am going to explain right now. So, Amor Fati means love of one's fate. And it was created by the whole thing was created by a man called Nietzsche. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's Nietzsche. And when I was reading this book, I was just thinking this is a perfect topic to put on a podcast, because this is like currently something that I'm going through in my own life, where I'm learning to love my own fate, whether it be something positive or something negative going on. I'm just learning to love and enjoy every single phase of my life. So I wanted to read something from the book that kind of explains Amor Fati. So if I'm butchering, I'm actually gonna look this up before we move on. I want to know how to say the word. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to butcher it as I read. And this will serve as a good little, you know, teaching for me. His first name is Frederick. Look, even the second search, it was pronunciation for the word.
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche. Nietzsche. So Friedrich Nietzsche. That's who came up with the word Amor Fati. So Nietzsche instead believed that we must look beyond hope. We must look beyond values. We must evolve into something beyond good and evil. For him, this morality of the future had to begin with something he called amor fati, or love of one's fate. My formula for greatness in a human being, he wrote, is amor fati, that that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity, not merely bear what is necessary, still less conceal it. All idealism is mendacity in the face of what is necessary, but love it. Amor Fati for Nietzsche meant the unconditional acceptance of all life and experience, the highs and the lows, the meaning and the meaningless. It meant loving one's pain, embracing one's suffering. It meant closing the separation between one's desires and reality, not by striving for more desires, but by simply desiring reality. It basically meant hope for nothing, hope for what already is, because hope is ultimately empty. Anything your mind can conceptualize is fundamentally flawed and limited, and therefore damaging if worshipped unconditionally. Don't hope for more happiness. Don't hope for less suffering. Don't hope to improve your character. Don't hope to eliminate your flaws. Hope for this. Hope for the infinite opportunity and oppression present in every single moment. Hope for the suffering that comes with freedom, for the pain that comes from happiness, for the wisdom that comes from ignorance, for the power that comes from surrender. And then act despite it. This is our challenge, our calling, to act without hope, to not hope for better, to just be better. In this moment and the next, and the next, and the next. So, taking that little piece from the book Mark Manson wrote in Everything is Fucked, I just resonated so much with it, and I felt like it needed to be its own podcast episode because we all go through that. Like, we all hope for so many things. We all hope for a better life. We all want a better job. We all want a better partner when our relationship is shitty. We all want things to be better all the time, but we either don't work hard for it or enjoy the journey and learn from everything that we're going through. We kind of just blame or become ignorant to everything going on around us, and nothing changes sometimes unless we actually work towards it or work from what's going on. So I failed to say the affirmations for this podcast. I just kind of got right into it. So I want to go back and say my affirmations. The first one I chose is everything that happens in my life is for me, not against me. The next one is everything happening in my life is teaching me how to be the best version of myself. And the last one I have here is everything always works out in my favor. And one more I want to add on is everything that's for me will not pass me. So I already explained what Amor Fati is, love of one's fate. Now I want to talk about what it means to me. And I want to talk straight from what I wrote here because I feel like it's perfect. For me, what the quote or what the passage I just read to you guys from the book, for me, what it means is to live for the present moment. For the present is your past and your future. Talk to yourself lovingly, manifest good, powerful, loving things. Don't speak negatively about yourself or what you go through. Don't hate it, love it. Love every part of you, the flaws, the insecurities, the issues, anything that you might feel is wrong with you. Love it and work against it. The power of your words is what manifests into your reality. Learn to be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to step out of the struggle you're being challenged to go through and remind yourself this too shall pass. Um Examples of what I feel I have been relating to Amor Fati in my life too would be struggling financially. So I know I spoke about the struggle I go through financially briefly through the other podcast I did recently, but to go a little more in depth of what I was trying to say is I need to I am enjoying my fate and loving my fate of what is going on right now and what I know will come through my financial struggle. I realized that because at first I was very frustrated. I was constantly crying, going to my mentor, talking on the phone with him, like, dude, I just want to get out of this job and get into a full time position for real estate. I want to be able to not have to show up to work at 4 o'clock and have to leave something that I love which is making calls and connecting with people who have so much to offer you, so much knowledge, so much um, opportunity, and doing what I actually love doing and being in charge of my own time. And I feel like, me still having to need the restaurant and my serving position to be able to survive and to stay on top of all my responsibilities is like, it's annoying to me, but it's just the impatience in me because I'm not just being patient and enjoying the ride of what it is, what it's taking me to get from, leaving my full-time serving position to being a full-time real estate agent. I feel like I need to enjoy that journey, the ups and the downs from, getting rejected in real estate and then, getting a really good offer in for a customer or for a client that I know will get us what they deserve and then ultimately help me just get a little closer to being a full-time real estate agent, or setting up a listing appointment and then maybe not getting the listing, or maybe we do get the listing. It's just like I need to enjoy this journey, and instead of crying and being impatient about it, I need to just take in every single step of this because I want to look back one day and say I absorbed all of what happened throughout my shift, from going from a full-time server, to a full-time real estate agent, a full-time boss woman, a full-time business girl, boss lady. Like, I'm just so infatuated with wanting to be the best for myself in my finances, in my mental health, in my physical health, in all parts of my life, that I just wanted to come now. I wanted to come now. And that's not how it works, And reading that passage, it's kind of what popped up into my head, the financial struggle, because it's like I just want to be able to not have to worry about money one day, and worrying about if I'm going to get good tips this day and is it going to be enough at the end of the week to pay my rent or to pay this or to pay that, or to even enjoy a meal with my partner, or enjoy a meal with my friends, or enjoy a meal by myself. So I just have been learning to enjoy that journey of the struggle that's coming with it, and the impatience and the rejections and the goods and the bads with real estate and with my other job, because one day I will be good and I know that, and that's the part that I'm going to step into while I'm going through these shifts and this journey. Another example I wanted to use was losing someone you love, um and enjoying the fate of losing that person, of maybe that's how it was meant to play out. Maybe you were meant to lose this person to find yourself, or maybe you were meant to lose this person to ultimately help you get to a different part of your life that you didn't even think was possible, or to meet somebody better, or to meet somebody who meets your standards or meets you at the level that you're at. Maybe this other person wasn't at your level. Maybe they were a little bit ahead of you. Maybe they were a little bit behind you. Maybe it just didn't click. Maybe it was just not meant to be. And you have to enjoy and love that part of your life, that journey of losing yourself through a relationship that was shitty, and then coming out of it and realizing, you know what, this is for the best. I think I need to look at the positives through this hurtful journey of losing someone, the grieving. And they say that the same way you grieve somebody when it's a death, it's kind of the same thing when you lose somebody in your life. And I definitely agree. At first we kind of deny it and we're not accepting of it, and then we kind of just become more accepting little by little. We start to realize things aren't going to change. This is what the new reality is. And then we start to grieve it. We're still upset, we're hurt, but we're moving past it, we're moving forward, we're flowing forward. And yeah, you have to kind of enjoy that journey, the journey of not being stuck in your own pain, but if you are, finding ways to work despite that pain, finding ways to, be better, to one day not have to come home and cry, or one day not have to come home and all you think about is that person or those things, or going into a negative self-talk or negative feedback loop of hell. Um, Another example I put, having troubles in your workplace, which kind of goes hand in hand with my struggle financially, but I faced a lot of troubles in my workplace for the restaurant, losing some friendships, gaining some friendships, arguing with my manager, then making up with him. And when things are going really rough at work, I tend to just kind of shut down and I'm just silent and super poker face, like super serious. So I need to enjoy. And recently I had that kind of happen. And then I had to take a step back. I came home and I realized, I'm not going to allow this to take over my energy, whether I'm still friends with so and so or whether I'm arguing with my manager or not, and then we make up, this place is not going to consume me. And I'm not going to allow it to ruin what I'm building inside of me and what I'm building on the outside in order to one day not be here. And I have to enjoy that journey. I have to enjoy the fact that, I'm losing certain people because we no longer align. Some of the things that they offered me in the past or that I had to offer to them is no longer what I want in my life. It no longer serves a purpose in this part of my life. And I have to learn to accept that and move past that, knowing that I'm going to still be okay and that that's just fate. That's just how it was meant to happen. Some people flow with you and they, work with you and they work forward. And you're because you're both working on each other and you still align in the sense that some of the things you guys do um, for you guys internally is still there. And if it's not, then it's not. And you have to just enjoy that pain too. You have to enjoy the fact that certain things don't work out the way they need to work out or the way that you want them to work out because something different is coming along or you're opening up space for a more quality job or a more quality friend. Um, so yeah, I don't want to keep this too long because it's really just, as Mark Manson put it, it's just enjoying the ride basically and enjoying everything that one's fate has to offer, the meaningless and the meaningful. Um Another thing I put here was wanting to be in a specific point in your life, having riches, having a relationship, having a job that pays great money. We all want so much. We all look to manifest all of that in our heads. We visualize it, but we don't work towards it. And I feel like in order for you to want all of this, despite of you maybe not having it at the moment, you have to work towards it. You have to be able to move in order to get there. In order to get that healthy relationship, you have to work on yourself. In order to get that best paying job, you have to figure out what it is that you can incorporate into your daily routine that is going to help you figure out where you need to go into, where can you apply your best characteristics, all of the things that you are good at in order for you to get paid for it. And wanting to be in a specific point in your life, like right now, I want to be in a specific point of my life where I am laying by the beach, sunbathing, tanning, whatever you like to call it, on the phone making business calls. Maybe my kids are running around, and I'm just enjoying life. I'm not worried about if I have to go to work tomorrow or not because work can be from anywhere. I can work remotely. And these are all the things I want in my life, but I need to just let it be. I need to work through what's at hand, slow down, take in what life is giving me right now, and the challenges, the friends, the experiences, and work towards being where I want to be without rushing it. And instead, enjoying the now, no matter what it looks like. And same, that's the message I want you to get across from this, to just enjoy the ride, enjoy life, enjoy the fate that you have, love of one's fate, um, and be able to just resonate with everything that's going on, whether it's good or bad, and apply it to yourself in the sense where you're like, how am I going to be better? How am I going to grow from this? How am I going to use this struggle in order for me to work with it, to cope with it, and to move past it and get past this and keep on fighting for what I want my life to look like. I think there was another part here that I wanted to share. Moving on from where he says, you just have to be better in this moment and the next and the next and the next. It says, everything is fucked, and hope is both the cause and the effect of that fucked upness. This is hard to swallow because weaning ourselves of the sweat nectar of hope is like pulling a bottle away from a drunk. Without it, we believe we'll fall back into the void and swallowed by the abyss. The uncomfortable truth frightens us, and so we spin stories and values and narratives and myths and legends about ourselves and the world to keep that truth at bay. But the only thing that frees us is the truth. You and I, everyone we know, will die, and little to nothing that we do will even matter at a cosmic scale. And while some people fear that this truth will liberate them from all responsibility, that they'll go snort an 8 ball of cocaine and play in traffic, the reality is that this truth scares them because it liberates them to responsibility. It means that there's no reason to not love ourselves and one another, that there's no reason to not treat ourselves and our planet with respect, that there's no reason to not live every moment of our lives as though it were to be lived in eternal reoccurrence. And so that itself just inspires me because it's just like we just have to feel, we just have to love, we just have to accept what life is and know that we could be gone tomorrow. So let's work towards building a reality that we want and enjoying what isn't for us and enjoying what is for us, enjoying just every little part and phase of our lives. Losing my mom, I was like, the world is going to be fucking over, I'm not going to make it out of this. And here I am fighting for my fucking life, fighting to be the best version of myself mentally and physically, fighting for me to not have to work a 9 to 5 or have to work at a restaurant as a server for the rest of my life. For some people, that is what they want to do. That's the fate that they enjoy. For me, this is just an obstacle in my way, and I'm enjoying it because I know that I need it right now. There's no way I'm going to get myself out of this if I don't get myself into another better paying job and seek out what I want to do most and what feels in alignment with me, whether it's friends, job, relationships, anything. And that is the beauty of it, enjoying the whole beauty of life. You have one life, live it. I saw that in the back of somebody's car today and I was like, yeah, but live it with a purpose, knowing that you have a purpose, that you're here to only do this thing once. And so why not make the best of it? And another thing I underlined here before I leave it at that. I put, we must let the feeling brain feel. Well, this is what Mark Manson put. I don't know why I said I put. He says, we must let the feeling brain feel, but deny it the stories of meaning and value that it so desperately craves. We must stretch beyond our conception of good and evil. We must learn to love what is. Doesn't matter what it is, just love every single part of your life. The good, the bad, the struggles, the flaws, the insecurities, and know that whatever is meant for you will not pass you. That's all I have for today, folks. My two gratitude points that I would like to share today is I am so grateful for all the struggle I go through, whether it's with friends or family or my significant other or myself. I feel like every single time I struggle, it's just the universe knocking at my door saying, this is what you have to work on. And that is love of one's fate, being able to look at it and say, what am I going to take from this? What am I going to take from this? What am I going to learn from this? Um, and how am I going to move forward? Knowing that it is what it is. It's happening. It's happened. I can't stop it. It's inevitable now. The struggle is here and I have to either embrace it or feel pity for myself. And I definitely don't want to do that. I want to embrace it and move the fuck on and move past it, knowing that I'm going to be better, that I'm not going to let this struggle define me. Another point of gratitude that I want to share is it's rained a lot this week. And I just want to be grateful for the rain. I want to be grateful for Mother Nature, for cleaning my car off the pollen off my car, and not have to go get a car wash. But no, on the serious note, I'm very grateful for all of the phases that our earth goes through. Whether it's rain, sun, snow, all the leaves falling, all the leaves growing back, summer being around the corner or being here already, and giving us just the ability to breathe the fresh air, to step outside and enjoy all the greenery around us. I am so grateful for it. I'm so grateful to be able to be here on this teaching ground and absorb all of the energy and all of what life has to offer, no matter what it looks like. So, thank you for watching, and I hope that if it's one thing that you take from this, that thing helps you move past something or work through something that you have currently been struggling with. And remember that you are not alone. You have other people that could probably relate to the same things you're going through. And to love your fate, to love the struggle, to love what is,